Kash, what do you make of all this? Initially, I thought that Putin was in on this. There's no way it's a coup. And certainly if it was a coup, there's no way he lets Prigozhin live. What do you say?
Look, we have now supposedly the world's largest dictatorship run by Vladimir Putin, purported to be the world's biggest liar. And the video presentation you just gave showed that there are actually bigger liars in Joe Biden's America than over in Russia. Tony Blinken and his State Department, Merrick Garland and his DOJ, Chris Wray and his FBI. These guys have been caught lying to the world red-handed over the last couple of months, and now you just saw Tony Blinken's latest lie. I agree with you, and I've been saying it from the beginning. This was a stage event by Vladimir Putin, in my opinion. You do not have a coup attempted on Moscow to take out the Russian Federation and the strongest leader it has ever had in 55 years, and then that coup takes a U-turn 8 hours later and never makes it to Moscow, and the leader of that coup retires a billionaire in Belarus. That is what a seasoned KGB operative does. That is what Vladimir Putin is, and he is a propagandist. So he got two victories here. Strengthen his forces, and the world is talking about Russia, Russia, Russia again, which is what he cares about. And anyone that thinks that a person who just received 25,000 mercenary soldiers who are former KGB operatives and special forces guys is a weaker Russian Federation has zero idea about how military operations work.
So, you know, maybe I don't even call it give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I give the benefit of the doubt that they just are such rubes that they can't see anything that could be the strategic play in all of this. But I promise you, those inside the Biden administration can possibly see the play in this, yet they continue to lie to the American people. I think they're using all of this, just as Putin is as propaganda. They're using it, and you watch, they're going to want more money going to Ukraine because now they're going to say, oh, look at this, Putin's weakened. Let's really double down on all of this.
Well, you're right. Look, what took us to 20 years in Afghanistan? It was failed American policies from Democrats and Republicans thinking that we had a way out to victory and that we had the right to be in a leadership role there. Well, look at what the Ukraine is doing here. $115 billion to date, contractors on the ground. This idea that America is not involved in the Ukrainian conflict is a farce. It's too cute by a half with the amount of people we have on the ground training the Ukrainian forces on the machinery and equipment we sent there. And what does Vladimir Putin do? He wants to ensnare America even further. And what does he do? He stages this coup, in my opinion, and gets his buddy Prigozhin to go into retirement, a billionaire. Like you said, he's not dead. He's still alive. And now you have the puppet that's running the Ukraine calling for what? More and more money, more and more manpower, and to get America more and more involved into another decades-long war. Vladimir Putin is doing exactly what he set out to do, which is engage the United States of America in a confrontation we can't win because our diplomats and our commander-in-chief have no idea how to win.
Kash, is there any chance that Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, comes out of retirement and stages another another attack on Ukraine from Belarus?
Look, that's what people who are very evil and very smart would do. They would put on what we call a feint, which is what this would be or is. And then months later, maybe even a year later, they'd come in and say, oh, this guy's not doing anything. He's basically on Putin's kill list, so he's not allowed to do anything. And then all of a sudden you see them coming up on the rear. And that would not surprise me in the least. But to say for American diplomats and Tony Blinken and the entire Biden administration to say Russia is in a weaker position means they have no ability to do basic arithmetic. They just want to lie to the American public and use this fumble, as they are calling it, to spike the football in the end zone to say, look, what Joe Biden is doing is working. He's not doing anything, and it's not working. And has anyone heard of a challenger to Vladimir Putin that is legitimate outside of Prigozhin? And now Prigozhin is no longer a challenger ever. So Putin's going to be in power forever.